Hello, 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 hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Friday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. I am Sean Zemi with SideGigSean.com, and I welcome you to this live. I got a cool little one. I haven't told a story for a little bit, so I'm gonna tell you a little. Well, not really a story. Is it a story? It's a story. Um, so have you ever? These days have changed a little bit, right? A lot. But back in the day, if you couldn't let's say you couldn't eat where you ordered your food, sometimes that would kind of discourage you from eating there or ordering there. It's like, well, if we're gonna order, we kind of want to go there and sit there and eat and enjoy the food and the ambiance, right? And if that's not the case, well, then let's choose somewhere else, right? How many of you have done that, or is it just or is it just me? Where if you couldn't eat there, you're like, I'd just rather go somewhere else, right? So that has happened before. I mean, it has happened for me in the past. So hopefully I'm not the only one on the planet with that. But that is not what I'm talking about in this live. That is not the route I'm going, right? I'll give you a little story about an eagle. Now, eagle, if you don't know now, you know, is my favorite bird of just, I love eagles, right? There's just so much to an eagle. And then, so the way an eagle, and the way eagle hunts and picks up its prey, it's just amazing. Hey Jenny, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Hi Tara, and good to see you guys. Well, what happened? Good to see you guys. Welcome. So there's a lot about eagles, and I've actually done maybe 2, 3, 4 other lives about eagles, all different stuff. But this one is short and sweet, to the point, if you would. The way an eagle picks up its food, or snake, if you would. So the way they do it, they see it, they come down, they pick up the snake, and instead of tearing apart the snake right there and right then, now in some cases it happens, but most cases this does not happen. And instead of, you know, I hate to get like so graphic, but instead of tearing up the snake right there and right then, what the eagle does is immediately flies very high, at very high altitude, and then drops the snake in the middle of the air, and then comes back and grabs it again. Now, why it does that, it's just so amazing that, I mean, I don't know where you are with spirituality, but this stuff just blows my mind. You know what I mean? It just kind of blows my mind. So the reason why it does that is because if the eagle were to tear up the snake on the ground where it picked it up, that is the snake's territory. And when the enemy, let's just call it, is in its own territory, then it has more chances of taking you down than you surviving, right? So what the eagle does, eagle knows that, and it takes the snake out of its comfort zone, takes it out of its own zone, and it takes it to his own battlefield, and that's where he can actually take care of business, if you would. Now, isn't that interesting about an eagle? I mean, the eagle it's just such an interesting bird. It's just so amazing. So how does that translate in our life, right? How does that work for us? Well, the way I see it is, you know, sometimes you sitting at your comfort zone with everybody else around you. And some people are maybe snake in your life, let's just call it. Some people are not there for your good fortune and they're not cheering you on. Sometimes you gotta get out of that zone. You gotta get out of their battlefield, right? You gotta get isn't that crazy? Yeah. So you gotta get out of that zone. You gotta get at sometimes you gotta take it at what? High elevations. I don't again, like I said, I don't know where you are where you are spiritually, but sometimes you may have to, if you believe in this, then sometimes you have to take it to God. Maybe all the time, right? You gotta, sometimes the battle is, you gotta take it up. You can't beat it at that level, if you would, which means you gotta upgrade yourself. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Oh, that is cool. That is very cool. Um, that's cool, Jenny. That is kind of crazy. So sometimes you just can't do that. You just got to upgrade yourself. You got to recognize that sometimes you got to let go and then grab it again, right? And this is such a powerful thing because we get into these battles, right? This mindset battles and all these stuff, right? And instead of us leaving that zone and working on ourselves, we kind of sit there and beat ourselves up and cry. And I'm so guilty of this. I am so guilty of this. You sit there, you beat yourself up, you cry, you scream, you yell, instead of getting out and upgrading yourself to a point where you can actually get out of that zone, get out of the battlefield of their comfort zone. And so oftentimes, we don't pick up the food just because we can't eat it there. We don't pick up the snake just because we can't eat the snake on the ground. And what is a snake? It's a risk. It's a chance that you take. It's that business opportunity that you've always wanted to but you haven't. Because you're afraid it's going to bite you. Because you're afraid you can't win there, right? And you're right. You can't win there. You gotta know that you gotta upgrade yourself. You gotta get out of that, right? And just because you can eat the food right there and right then doesn't mean that's not the food to eat. So sometimes it's to go. It's not for here, So don't be afraid of the meal just because, like I said, it's that location. You can always take it to go, which means you can always take that chance. You can always take the risk. You can always upgrade yourself. You can always get out of whatever you are in if you really want to. I'm working on that journey myself right this second. Some of you know. I mean, I've shared it in my lives. So it's not like, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you gotta upgrade. You gotta know that, hey, listen, my problems are now upgraded, right? I'm no longer having just ramen noodles or macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna have a snake, okay? Now, this is an analogy. Some of you are vegan and vegetarians and gonna trip out on me. Please don't, okay? It's an analogy. Go with the analogy, please. Can't believe sometimes I gotta say this stuff, right? So just so that's very, very, very crucial to pay attention to, because we stick with the basics, we stick with that mac and cheese just because we're afraid to eat that snake. And all you got to do is elevate yourself, get out of that comfort zone, upgrade yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, everywhere. And so be able to take some chances, take some risks. So hopefully you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I got my Rocky shirt on tonight. Drop your thoughts, your comment. I'll go back and read I'll get, let's see, don't compromise, get into high vibrations. Absolutely. High vibes are where exciting things are happening for a lot of people. And I'm looking forward to getting there. You know what I mean? I mean, some of these guys are experiencing some crazy stuff at high levels, but it just baby steps, right? We're taking them, we're doing them. So I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. And if you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. And yes. I am Sean. That's Jenny. That's awesome. Sean Azimi with Side Gig. Sean signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love. That's awesome.